Hello, ladies. How are you? Well, first, I want to thank new subscribers for watching my videos. And I wanted to show, two of my babies that will be always a keeper. Um, this is Jordan, and right here, and this is Kimmy. Jordan was my very first one of a kind. I have another one of a kind, but I haven't been able to get it out of the. As I get my stuff, I can get to it. But I had so much stuff that I just can't pull it all out at once. But also have a one of a kind by Lorna Miller Sands, which her name is Moody. And I named her Moody because that's what she looked like. She looks very moody. Um, you can go on my page and see her. And also YouTube because she's in the nursery. So I got these two from Doll Connection. And Sabella Boss is the artist, but I got him first. And then I asked if they could make me a twin. So she did. She made Kimmy for me. And she's so cute. And she's a sleepy eye. You guys know I love sleepy eyes. And they both wear, they wear 3 to 6 months. I don't know their length and stuff like that. But I've kept them, but I don't interact with them. Um, I've did some changes with him, but not often. And because you have to be careful with the clay, so polymer clay. So yes, they are, and but they are adorable. Wouldn't they look awesome with silicone? They would be great, great babies. I love their color too. They're biracial. So, but yes, and beautiful. But I thought, I would talk a little bit. I've tried this video a couple of times and I don't want it too lengthy. But just talking about some clothing and the quality of clothing and why I don't, not why, this is who I am. And I don't like, I don't like junk and I don't like cheap. Um, I like quality things. I was just raised that way. And I knew as a young girl that I was actually every year we had to go to a boutique, and that's how we got our clothes growing up. And but for church and for school only, we got. But most of the time it was boutique stuff. But I remember Sears. They call it Sears and Roebucks. They only call it Sears now. I don't remember J.C. Penney's, but there was Strawbridges and Clothers. There they was, and then they changed to Clovers, which went out of business. But yes, so um, those are the stores that, and we wore Rothschild, London Fall. Um, for my shoes, I think I remember my dad taking me to a place. It was called Hush Puppies or something like that. And because I ran over my shoes, and then they would take them, when they bought them, they would take them to a shoe shop and have cleats put on it so that I didn't run my shoes over as a little girl. And but yes, I knew we were getting 5 dresses, slips and panties, socks, and shoes. You had school shoes, you had play shoes. We did not have sneakers. Um, if you got sneakers, you grew out of them, and they would be brand new because you only wore them at gym. And we wore dresses. We did not wear pants. Pants was not, didn't come into really for us until we got into middle school. And I think because, and I don't know if it was because we were Pentecostal or because when them winters came, my mother put some pants on up under them dresses. But we were not, when we were raised, we were just raised little girls with dresses. In kindergarten, it was dresses. I was never, ever sent to school in a pair of pants. I was never, ever sent to school in a pair of shorts, ever. And that was just the way we were raised. So I always looked at the quality of clothes. I looked at when my mom and my sister and them, when they washed our clothes and the way they did our clothes. And my grandmother it was not so much my mom than it was my dad and my grandparents. that they are the ones that took us to the boutique. And so it was just that way. Even Easter time, a boutique. And we got, all of us, it was 8 of us, we all got our own eggs, but they were specially made in a place downtown Philadelphia where they made those eggs for her, each individual egg. So my grandparents were just that way. So if you want to call them snooty, bougie, whatever, it didn't matter. That is just who they were, and nobody ever called them that. She was the best baker in town, and they just taught us quality. And we don't buy my baby dolls. Yeah, that was an addiction of clothing that I bought, but as far as like for my own self and clothing, I don't buy a lot of clothing, but I try to buy quality of clothing. And there's certain designers that whatever they make, the quality is always pretty much the same. And it is of quality. The same thing when it comes to foods. I know foods will never be the way they were when we were kids. Now, you guys, I'm like knocking at 60. So one of the things is that I don't think no foods are the way they used to be. But I noticed that the mayonnaise still, Hellman's mayonnaise is still the same to me. Who else? Hunt's ketchup, still the same. Mustard, you don't make a big deal about. It has mustard, it has vinegar in it. So, but Skippy, peanut butter. Del Monte has changed somewhat. So there is a lot of there is some qualities of things you can eat, you can taste, and nothing to me is never as it was back in the day. But there's qualities like Sarah Lewis dresses. Quality, you can literally find some of her dresses that are exactly the way they were when I was a little girl. Exactly. And I have a couple of pieces that I still have that I gotten from thrift shops or eBay, and you just have to do the as I call it, the Easter egg hunt. You just have to hunt, which to me that would make it so much fun about my hobby, because I don't just buy clothes because I see in someone it's cute. No, if it's quality and it's nice, I'll get it. But it has to be different. It can't be what everybody else is wearing. Just like even the Carters, the original Carters. That I stumbled on that by accident. I knew nothing about no, but I knew that what I found was different. And once I started trying to connect them with the stores, there is no connection that I could find those clothes. I could only find them online, and that was the Easter egg hunt, which was fun because it makes it fun when you want a particular thing and you can go find and look for it and you'll find it. And it's like, oh my God, it's like you found a treasure when you do it. But if it's like with everybody else, it just kind of takes the fun. And I'm not a person for following anybody. I don't try to keep up with anybody. Only thing that I try to do is be thankful and satisfied with the things that I already have. And I found the more that I'm thankful, because there is so many people out here that don't even have, you talking about hobby, they don't even have anything to eat. And I try to have a balanced life. I heard a person said they didn't like the word balance, but what I call balance is that I'm never that selfish that I would have thousands of dollars of dolls and I'm not out here helping other people. And I know we've had this video before, we've had this talk, some people got offended about it, but that's their life. My life, that I believe that we are servants to one another. I believe that for me, not for everybody else, I believe pretty much 30% of my income should be to helping other people, because I don't believe God gives sow to the seer. I don't believe God gives seed to the sower so that I could get a bigger house or a bigger car, a better car. I believe he gives us so that we can help one another. He does want us to take care of ourselves. He wants us to pay all our bills on time. He wants us, he said that we should not, he said we should be the lenders and not the borrowers. We're supposed to be the head and not the tail. So when I look at my hobbies and I look at the things, have I helped someone feed? Have I donated? Have I given? Do we have two people that are in our town of widowers? I believe, and I say it, I believe every word in the Bible. Even if I can't behave it to all of them. I believe it. And I trust God, the Holy Spirit, to guide and direct me into all truth. He said, first seek the kingdom of God and all his righteousness, and these things shall be added unto you. I had no intentions of doing scriptures. I really believe we're supposed to live it out. But we are supposed to live according to the word. So, but when we're talking about, spending money and stuff, I believe that God holds me accountable because he says that he owns everything. Even on, was it, how's that scripture go? He owns everything, even on a cattle on 1,000 hills, or, and I got to read that. I got to get that one because I'm quoting the scripture. But long story short, everything belongs to him. So even I believe when I give my tithes and offering, I'm not giving him anything. I'm bringing him because he owns it anyway. He's entrusting me to make right decisions with it. So, to say, just, I kind of went off a little bit, but I do. I believe in helping others before. So when I look at my hobbies, I do think that I'm spoiled by my Heavenly Father because majority of my babies, I went and sought him for it. And some way, somehow, not just dolls, there's been other things. And I know, I repeat, I wanted the cricket. That cricket at that time with everything was $500. And did I have it? No, I was a housewife. But I knew I really wanted it. Long story short, here, and I didn't ask anybody to buy it for me neither. Here, my daughter brings it to my house Christmas Day. My sister had bought everything for me for that. And I do believe that I can give y'all stories after stories about things that I wanted and God blessed me with it. Not just my hobby, but even with my own personal life, when it came down to houses or cars or whatever, or just he said, we don't have to worry about anything. He said, but cast all your cares because he cares for us. So, and I believe he gives us the desires of our heart as well. He doesn't want us to be like that, me shopping like that and having all that stuff. No. Mm-mm. And I knew it was an addiction. And I knew it. And it just having that stuff drove me nuts. But I will never say it was about the quality. It was about the amount of stuff that I kept getting and getting and getting. And they couldn't wear it. You can't wear it. They baby dolls. So, but I even gave some clothes away to people that could use them as well. If I'm not going to use it, why have it? So, it's a lot of things we live and we learn. Like I said, I'm older. So there's some things as we get older, we're supposed to get wiser. Not live the same way. Changes should be coming in our lives daily, you know, daily, consistently. So, but like I said, there is quality of clothing that have not changed to me, but nothing is ever as it used to be. But it's the quality is just like I got this from Morgan, and this is a Sarah Lewis dress. The quality on it is excellent. She has a slip that's built in it, and it is nice. I can take this and actually get my money back. And I'm going to show you seersucker. You can even get cheap. I'm like, come on. And I bought it and I sent it back. This is the inside. And I got this from Dillard. But Dillard's really have some good sales. Back in the day, I believe Dillard's used to be Jordan Marsh. Jordan Marsh was a good store, just like Sturbridge and Clothers. So they had, but in their store, to me, they didn't have too much. I only went in Dillard's. It was about 4 or 5 years ago, and I didn't like their clothes. But back in the day, Jordan Marsh, they had top quality clothing. It's almost like kind of like a Macy's. I also love this. This is one of that I got from a thrift shop. I love this. It reminds me of my grandmother and mom when I was younger. Um, their bedspread, and it used to be white. But I love this on Raven, and she looks so cute. And this is the inside of it. So sometimes you just look, and you can look at is double laced. It is has two layers inside, And the quality of it is really, really nice. And when you wash clothes and you can get a better, look at this. And what's that say? 6 months. Raven, Layla, and Morgan can wear this. And it's old. This is an older, I don't know if they call it vintage or not, but you know that that's bigger than anybody's 12 months. I mean 6 months. So I do look for quality in clothing. Some baby things that I get from my babies, I've never heard of it, but I will put my hands on it and I'll touch it. And you can see the count and the stitch. You can look and see the and this is even Ralph Lauren. Ralph Lauren has sold some cheap stuff. I sent that mess right back. The quality of it wasn't good, but you still had to, you wanted you to pay a price. But if you go into Macy's, Macy will not sell that stuff. They only sell a certain type of clothes through through their store. Yep, they'll sell sweaters, they'll sell polo shirts, sweatshirts. But that summer stuff that I had, oops, nope, you won't find it. So I was really happy to get it, but a lot of it I sent back, and some of it I sold. But it wasn't the quality on it. And this outfit, who else is there? And this is a Janie and Jack, but I said I wasn't going to send it back. The pants are very nice. The pants are on it. It's really nice, but the shirt is cheesy. It is very cheesy, and I believe companies start having like Taiwan and certain other countries to start making the clothes, because I believe they're selling it, sending the companies over to those companies and selling that stuff dirt cheap, and the quality comes out the same way. Yep. Even I know Jamboree did it, and you can start seeing the change in it. And with all you have to do is look in your clothes and the tag and see where it was made, because it will I'm sorry, you guys, it will definitely tell you where the clothes were made at. So I do look at quality in anything. So if I want it, I'm going to buy it. Just like the dress that I just showed you, I didn't get that on sale. I didn't get Morgan's yellow dress on sale. I, I I got it and I wanted it. But I'll go on Best Dress, and she has some really, really good. I'm trying to think, was it this one? No, it was the blue one that Morgan had on. And that dress was, I know that dress was over. I don't know if it was 190. I don't know if it was 200. You guys got to go on Best Dress and just look for yourselves and look up sales for her. If you don't mind spending $30 may be a lot to some people. Like, I ain't spending no, but $30 once a month is nothing. I can't even tell you my eating out bill that we eat out on. I'm like, come on, cut something back. We can, that's why I always believe that my hobby, we do what we have to do if we want extra stuff. Because there's certain things, I know sometimes I go overboard in eating out, you know, uh, but I can cut back. I don't do the weaves, I don't do the hair things, I don't do the nails thing, and never have. Well, I'm not gonna say never had. Back in the day, yes. When I was a housewife, my husband made sure my hair that I would go. But he said, Joanna, I always believe you do a better job than they do. But 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 the weave thing, that's when I was getting perms and dyeing my hair. But like the weave and all of that stuff, that is costly. It is. Nails to me is costly. And that is not putting anyone down, so don't take it personal. Please. It's just I don't do it. And some people, I'll put my money to where I want. They put their money to where they want it to go. So, I have a sister. She has no problem. Her husband don't have a problem. I've seen them take bags up from 800, 500, 800, $1,000 bags. And she just loved. And she loved Dooney and Burke. But she only gets the saddle. That's her style. She gets the saddle ones. That saddle leather. But them other ones, I call them heifers. But, but yeah, so just talking about, you guys know I love clothing. And let me show you another thing that so you can see. Um, I want to show you guys what I got from Mud Pie. Now, Mud Pie has some cute stuff. And look at the stitching. It's missing. And it is this, what is it? The swallowing cloth. But even at that, I've seen better stitching. I got a blanket from as a gift from doing years ago, and that was a very nice quality blanket. I don't know, she paid from 35 to, I don't know what she paid for it, but it was really, really nice. And it could fit in a crib, and I love that. But see where it's missing? It's just really poor. Look at the count. You could see the stitching in it. It's a mess. And I didn't even, I'm like, you could look at it and just tell it was just cheap. But when you look at this stuff, look at this stitching here. It's a mess. I look at stuff like that. I'm like, you want my money? Mm-mm. Yep. If you'd have told me it was $5.99, I could see it. I see that's all it's worth, if it's worth that to me. I'm like, don't waste my time. And I done paid for shipping too. But yes, that was the dress with the what's name, and I was going to do it for the babies for 4th of July. So yep, so I'll find something for them to put on for 4th of July. But I had taken a picture of baby girl in it, but it just didn't look right. So, oh, you guys, I wanted to show you these two. These are actually my daughter's babies. He is 28 years of age right now. These was bought when she was 5. And here she go, Mom, you still have them. Matter of fact, I honestly have forgotten because just they always are boxed up. I washed them and cleaned them up a little bit. You can see where the sun, when she used to have it out, and that's yellow. But it was the sun. She was like, but she doesn't know. I'm keeping these babies until she have her own daughter. And I'm going to give her daughter and pray that her daughter like baby dolls. Because today, the way little girls are, I have Ayana. She is gorgeous. She is part Italian, and she's African American and Dominican. So imagine her, she's gorgeous. And I tried to make her out of a girly girl. I bought her a little stroller, but I didn't get her quality. I bought her because she was only like 1 or 2. But because she was walking, she was pushing it. She's a little big for her age, but long story short, she got in it, which is norm. And I bought a Fisher Price, what I get her, a Fisher Price first baby doll. And it has a little magnet pacifier, and she got a little bit of hair on the top. Child, please. I got videos my son sent me with her laying up under the truck. He does mechanic work. And he laying up under there, and she handing him tools and stuff. And they have approximately about 5 of those Power Wheels, different ones. And she actually puts it on a rock and have it jacked up, and she's under there fixing her car. There's nothing girly girl about this child. So I'm hoping that I would get a girly girl. I actually got one girly girl granddaughter, and that is the one that actually, Janaea right now is probably 23. And she was a girly girl ever since I could remember. I told her when she turned 21, she could have all of my babies. And when she turned 21, I gave her all of my babies except for those 2. Because at that time, that's all I had. I didn't have my silicones or whatever. I had him and not even her. But we did have these 2 because these belong to my daughter. So, ladies, I know I rambled a lot, but I just felt you deserve a video. And remember, ladies, this is the day, and live on purpose. Bye-bye.